In exploring The Good Samaritan, Kindness in a Divided World, the introduction focuses on understanding the context of kindness amid societal fracture and division. Kindness, in this context, refers to the selfless acts of care, compassion, and goodwill towards others, regardless of their background, beliefs, or affiliations. It is a fundamental human value that transcends cultural, political, and social barriers, offering a unifying force in an increasingly divided world. The significance of kindness in today's global environment cannot be overstated. With polarization and conflict on the rise, kindness acts as a bridge, fostering empathy and understanding. It encourages individuals and communities to look beyond their differences, creating a more harmonious and inclusive society. This idea is central to the main topic, as it underscores the moral lessons from the parable of the Good Samaritan, highlighting how acts of kindness can overcome prejudice and division. Real-world examples abound that demonstrate the transformative power of kindness. One such instance is the global response to the refugee crisis, where thousands of volunteers and organizations provided shelter, food, and support to displaced individuals, regardless of their origins. Another example is the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation, which promotes altruistic behavior across the world, inspiring millions to engage in small acts that collectively make a significant impact. Opinions supporting this idea emphasize that kindness is not merely an individual virtue, but a societal necessity. Advocates argue that by practicing kindness, individuals contribute to a ripple effect, cultivating a culture of compassion and resilience. However, challenges and controversies exist. Critics may point to systemic issues that kindness alone cannot resolve, such as ingrained inequality or systemic injustice. They argue that while kindness is vital, it must be paired with systemic change to address the root causes of division. The concept of kindness connects deeply with other aspects of the main topic, such as empathy, altruism, and social cohesion. It shapes relationships, influences societal norms, and promotes a shared sense of belonging. In the narrative of the Good Samaritan, kindness is an active choice that defies societal expectations, challenging individuals to prioritize humanity over division. By integrating kindness into everyday interactions, we not only honor the legacy of the Good Samaritan, but also contribute to a world that values unity and understanding over discord. The parable of the Good Samaritan is a story told by Jesus in the Gospel of Luke, illustrating the concept of kindness transcending societal and cultural divisions. At its core, the parable is about an act of compassion shown by a Samaritan towards a man who had been beaten and left for dead, while others, including a priest and a Levite, chose to ignore him. In the context of ancient Judea, Samaritans and Jews were often at odds, making the Samaritan's assistance to a Jew particularly significant. This story serves as a timeless lesson on the importance of showing kindness and compassion regardless of prevailing ethnic or religious tensions. The parable's significance in today's divided world cannot be overstated. It challenges individuals and communities to act with compassion and kindness, irrespective of differences in race, religion, or nationality. In our increasingly polarized society, where cultural, political, and ideological divisions are pronounced, the story serves as a reminder that kindness can bridge these gaps and foster understanding and unity. Real-world applications of the Good Samaritan's principles are evident in various contexts. For example, humanitarian aid organizations often operate in regions marked by conflict and division, focusing on alleviating suffering without discrimination. Another example is the work of individuals like Malala Yousafzai, who advocates for girls' education worldwide, transcending cultural and societal barriers to promote equality and kindness. Support for the ideas presented in the parable comes from many quarters. The notion that kindness and empathy can overcome division is echoed by numerous thought leaders and social activists who argue that building bridges of understanding and compassion is essential for global peace and cooperation. However, challenges to this ideal exist. such as systemic biases and prejudices that hinder the widespread adoption of the Samaritan's spirit. Critics may also argue that while individual acts of kindness are valuable, they do not necessarily address structural issues that perpetuate division and inequality. The concept of the Good Samaritan influences other aspects of the discussion on kindness in a divided world by providing a moral framework that inspires collective action and personal responsibility. It encourages people to look beyond their immediate communities and consider the well-being of others, promoting a more inclusive and compassionate society. Ultimately, the parable underscores that even small acts of kindness can have profound impacts, fostering connections in a world often divided by fear and misunderstanding. The concept of compassion and empathy plays a pivotal role in the story of the Good Samaritan, serving as a timeless illustration of kindness in a divided world. Compassion refers to the deep awareness of and sympathy for another's suffering, coupled with the desire to alleviate it. Empathy goes a step further, encompassing the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, effectively putting oneself in their shoes. In relation to the Good Samaritan, these themes underscore the importance of looking beyond societal, cultural, or religious boundaries to aid those in need. The story highlights how genuine kindness transcends these divisions, urging us to connect with others on a human level. In our modern world, which is often marked by division and conflict, compassion and empathy are essential tools for fostering understanding and unity. Consider the example of humanitarian efforts during global crises. Organizations and individuals who work to provide relief in war-torn regions or areas affected by natural disasters often come from diverse backgrounds, yet their efforts are united by a shared empathy for human suffering. Another example can be found in the workplace, where empathy-driven leadership tends to yield more supportive and productive environments. Leaders who prioritize understanding their employees' needs and challenges can foster a culture of inclusiveness and cooperation. Support for these ideas is widespread, with numerous studies showing the positive impact of empathy and compassion on social harmony and personal well-being. Prominent figures like the Dalai Lama advocate for these values, emphasizing their role in achieving peace and happiness. However, challenges arise when considering the application of compassion in complex social and political landscapes. Critics suggest that excessive empathy might lead to burnout or be exploited by those who manipulate emotional responses. Additionally, some argue that empathy can be biased, as people tend to empathize more with those who are similar to themselves, which could reinforce existing divides rather than bridge them. Despite these challenges, compassion and empathy remain crucial to the narrative of the Good Samaritan. They influence other aspects of the story by setting a precedent for how we should treat each other amidst differences. They call for an active choice to see beyond our immediate circle and engage with the broader community, encouraging a ripple effect of kindness. In understanding and applying these themes, we can hope to create a more compassionate world, guided by the profound lessons from this ancient parable. Analyzing kindness amidst social and cultural divides involves understanding how acts of compassion and empathy can bridge gaps between different groups in a world often characterized by division and discord. Kindness, in this context, is not just a simple gesture, but a powerful tool that transcends boundaries, be they racial, religious, socioeconomic, or political. This concept is crucial to the broader discussion of the Good Samaritan, kindness in a divided world, because it highlights the potential for positive human interaction to foster understanding and unity in the face of entrenched differences. The significance of kindness as a unifying force is illustrated by the timeless parable of the Good Samaritan itself, where a Samaritan helps a Judean despite historical enmity between their peoples. This act demonstrates how kindness can dismantle prejudices and build connections. In a more contemporary example, consider the global response to the refugee crisis. Numerous grassroots organizations and individuals have extended support and solidarity to refugees, providing food, shelter, and advocacy. These gestures of kindness help humanize the displaced and promote a narrative of shared humanity. Prominent figures, including the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, have consistently championed the idea that kindness is a foundational element in achieving peace and understanding across cultural divides. Their perspectives lend weight to the argument that kindness has the power to heal and unite. However, this concept does not come without challenges. Critics argue that kindness is sometimes perceived as naive or insufficient in addressing deep-seated systemic issues. There's also a concern that acts of kindness, if not coupled with systemic change, can be fleeting and fail to address root causes of division. Furthermore, in a highly polarized world, even acts intended as kind can be misinterpreted or viewed cynically, leading to distrust rather than bridge building. Despite these challenges, the idea of kindness amidst social and cultural divides is interconnected with broader themes of empathy and moral responsibility. It challenges individuals and societies to look beyond superficial differences and recognize common humanity. Analyzing kindness in this way encourages us to reflect on how small, sincere acts can influence societal attitudes and drive broader change, weaving the fabric of a more inclusive and compassionate world. This analysis, therefore, reinforces the overarching message that kindness is not merely an individual act, but a profound societal glue that holds the promise of unity in the face of division.